keeps trading very simple. It's as simple as it
Yeah,
can get. Like the more you try to complicate it, the more you're gonna lose a lot of accounts. You keep it
yeah,
as simple as it is, the
yeah.
more you'll get your returns on it.
If you could just w introduce yourself, tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, how long you've been trading, that kind of thing.
Um, First of all, David Ncube, I'm from South Africa in a province called Limpopo.
Hmm.
Come from what's this? I wouldn't call it rural area, but like the middle class area of
Hmm.
the region. And I'm currently studying here in the Northwest in another different province within the country of South Africa, Northwest University, and I'm doing my management accounting right now. Honors.
Ah, okay. Management
Yes.
accounting, useful. Right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, but you're doing a bit of trading in your part time, obviously.
Yes, I'm trying to balance the two at the same time. Yes.
Hmm. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's good to maybe keep trading part time while you're starting. Okay, so how long have you been trading?
I've been trading for the past 9 months, actually.
Okay,
I started
yeah.
trading 9 months ago. That's the crazy thing about it. Yeah.
How's that gone?
It's that's the crazy thing about it is that after like my first 7 months, my first 5 months actually, it wasn't going well. Then I started getting the hang of it and understanding my strategy and my psychology behind it, from my 6th month. And then
Yeah.
it started going great from there. Yeah.
Ah, good to hear. Okay, so are you funded or are you in evaluation at the moment?
At the moment, what's so crazy is that I was funded. It's just that I lost my account because last week I was going through some phase. I lost my dad actually, so I wasn't in
Ah,
the right
sorry to hear
psychological
that.
phase. I just decided to just take a week away, just two
Hmm.
weeks, just to get my mind and clear up
Of
about it.
course.
But then, yes.
Hmm. Yeah, no, best not to trade if you're, things going on in your life. It's no, it's one of those things where you need full focus. Well, sorry to hear
Yeah.
about your dad. So let's. Um, so you're back in evaluation. So that's like one of the advantages of prop. I mean, you lose the account. It's just a matter of simply buying another one. So shouldn't be
Yeah.
a big psychological hit to you or a big financial hit.
Now,
So good. Well, let's talk about your strategy then. So what's your well, how would you sum up your strategy in a particular area?
so honestly speaking, my strategy, right? It's very, very simple. I just stick to
Oh,
the
okay.
basic simplicity of it, which
Uh-huh.
is I stick to trend lines and break and retest. Those are the only things I stick to, and I only stick to certain pairs. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
depending on the time frame that the market gives me and the time of the day or the event, that'll depend on my strategy also. So I like this strategy so much that it's so good and it actually works because even in my first phase, I can just pass it within one trade.
Mm,
That's a nice
okay.
thing about the strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
just
sounds
stick to
great.
that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what pairs are you focusing on?
I'm focusing on Euro OD and Euro GBP and also USD JPY, Euro USD, and gold. And then most
Okay.
importantly, sometimes I trade US 30 and German 30, depending if it gives me setup. So I
Okay.
trade
Well,
7, 7, 7.
that's quite a varied selection of different assets of different time zones as well. So okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. All right,
Yeah.
maybe easier if you just share a screen, maybe show us a typical setup to give us an idea of what are you looking
Oh,
for.
mhm. So basically, in its simplest term, for example, like I was looking at this trade on the other hand.
So what's this? This is
Okay.
DAX on the daily. Okay.
Yes. So with this trade, basically, I'll first look at the daily time frame and then look at how candlesticks formation are based on the first four candlesticks of the daily, right? So the
Hmm.
past four candlesticks, I don't like looking too much back into data because sometimes it can be misleading. So if you look
Yeah.
at from the daily candlestick, like the past four candles,
Hmm.
it'll tell you a
Sure.
lot that we are in a bearish momentum for now,
Hmm.
basically,
Yeah.
right? Even though the whole trend of the daily looks bullish, but the past four daily candlesticks shows that there's a lot of bearish momentum and a lot of
Mm.
push within a lot of sellers within the market. And then I go to my H4. When I go to my H4, I don't like adding a lot of filters. That's another thing. I just like putting 2 to 3 lines. That's much more simpler to look at and analyze. And on its simplest term is that as I'll be looking at the daily time frame, like for example, I caught this trade 4 days ago from here. Caught this trade. I took this sell from here and I closed around about at this level right here. So I like putting my zones based on my H4 area because it makes much more sense like that, number one. And number two is that it gives me a clearer picture of how the market looks like. So basically is that, for example, if we looked at the past four candlesticks, I think it was run about from here to this area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that I could see that the market reached highs, but it couldn't break these highs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that there was a sell, which was this big bearish engulfing candlestick. And then if you look properly, we had a break and a retest within this area. And then it
Mm-hmm.
had to push to the downside the way I saw it. And it
Yeah.
made much more sense like that.
Yeah. Sounds good. I like it. Using the daily time frame to analyze, use the last four candles to use some kind of maybe 3 bar swing high to give you some kind of confirmation of a high in,
Yes.
and then some kind of I don't know if you. Yeah, I assume you've heard of ICT. Do you use any of his ideas in a loose sense?
No, actually, I don't know anything about ICT. I just stick to
Oh, okay.
price action. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
Sorry, you can talk.
No, go on, David. No, David, go on, please.
No, the thing is, I've seen a lot of people talk about it
Mm-hmm.
also on Instagram and the media, but then I don't really want to focus on it because it will mess up my the way I trade and my
Yeah.
strategy.
No, no, no.
So
Sure.
I
I
just need
understand.
to pure price action, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, once I do draw my levels, like you could see right here, it was a resistance level and it was a support. So it's valid to put it there. And another area which was valid was also at this level right here because at the previous level he had formed a support and at this level it was a resistance, so it was also valid. That's why I took this sell from this level to this level
Mm-hmm.
right here. And then how I take my trade is that then now I go to my, after putting my support and resistance, I go to my M30. And then if my M30 support and resistance go hand in hand with my H4, it's my full confirmation that okay, I've drawn my support and resistance perfectly. Then that's where I will go to my M5 and M15 for a potential sale within that market
Mm-hmm.
to get a candlestick confirmation that now I'm ready to start selling.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what do you look for an entry model? What are you looking for?
Basically, I'm looking for a bullish or bearish engulfing, and I'm also looking for a 3 point pivot um, candlesticks, or what do they
Yeah.
call it? I think they call it a morning star now because they all have the same
S-
names, but it's basically the
Something
same
like
thing.
that. Yeah. You mean like a 3 bar swing high or a 3 bar swing low, that kind of thing. Kind of. Yeah.
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 Basically.
Okay.
Or, and my
Yeah.
third thing is a break and retest. So if you look
Yeah.
properly right here, I don't even look at the 1 minute because 1 minute it's too much data for me actually.
Yeah.
So when I look at it right here, you could see that we had a bearish engulfing. So
Mm-hmm.
all I wanted for it was just for a pullback, but I didn't
Pull
take
back.
this one.
Yeah.
Then it pushed a bit, then it broke further on this level, then it pulled back at this level. So this candlestick told me a lot that right now we are ready
Yeah.
for a sell. And that's why I took the sell
Yeah.
from
Yeah. Yeah.
here.
That's a great sell there, isn't it? Yeah. That pullback, that wick above
Yeah.
that candlestick high. Yeah. Indeed.
Yep.
Okay.
Then after I just took the sell, I think it was here. And then my stop loss is above my previous high. Then my
Mm-hmm.
take profit is here.
Yeah. Do you target you target particular levels, or does it have to be a certain risk reward?
No, I don't target specific set of risk and reward. I only settle for the minimum 1:3. I don't take
One to
one is
three.
to two. I take 1:3, but it could go even further depending on how the market pushes. So
Mm-hmm.
here's the nice thing about my strategy is that when I look at it based now, when I've taken the trade, right? Let me just go to my area. When I've taken my trade, so what happens is that I'll wait for it to push. Once it pulls back again and I see that it's rejecting for like the fourth time, I take another entry of the same risk. Do you
Yeah.
understand? That is
Yeah.
why it's so easy for me to just pass a challenge within one trade because
Mm-hmm.
my risk tolerance gets too high,
Mm-hmm.
but I
So you
know how
sort
to
of
manage it.
okay. So you sort of pyramid in, adding and adding.
Yes, like
Yeah.
what do you call it? Is it what's this um adding on trades? What do you call it? It has
Stacking,
its word.
pyramiding.
I'll tell you.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. And then you keep the risk to the same. You're pulling your initial stop to break even, that kind of thing.
Yes, as I
Yeah.
add more positions and the more it pushes, I don't put it to break even immediately because I understand the pay of German 30, right? There'll be
Mm-hmm.
times like here you could see it pulled back that would have stopped
Yeah.
me out. So what I do is that initially once I take a second trade, I know my stop loss will be here. But once I see that this level of entry, my first level of entry, which was my entry zone, which was my resistance, once I see that it keeps on it doesn't want to break this level. That's where now what's this push my stop loss to this level, to the previous high within the M5. Then that
Yeah.
means that I'll be risking 1%. Like I always keep my risk at 1%, but when I'm adding up my trades, it doesn't get to 1%. But as it keeps on pushing, that's where I put everything I focus on minimizing losses. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. That's the trick. Yeah. That's this. As that book says, best loser wins. So yeah, it's about keeping that down to 1%, and you certainly don't want to be risking more than that per
Yeah,
day. Okay, that sounds like a nice, simple but tidy strategy. So yeah,
it is really simple.
yeah.
Very, very
Can we
simple.
see? I know you've lost your account, but are you? How far are you in the evaluation? Can we see your dashboard? Does it show any statistics, or is it too early in the cycle?
I think it's too early in the cycle
Too
to.
early. Okay, no, not
Yeah.
to worry then. Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. Well, you can. Thanks for sharing that. You can stop sharing your screen if you wish, David. That's fine.
Okay.
Let's just put that there. How are you finding FundedNext? Are you finding the spreads good? The platform looks
I actually love the
good.
spreads. I actually love FundedNext. I was even telling my friend yesterday to buy FundedNext account
Mm-hmm.
because of
Good.
how what's this how advantageous it is first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and like it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like any other platform where it puts a lot of pressure in you to what's this to pass an account, number one, and also like they have a lot of benefits that are better than any other platform.
Mm.
However, I do have one thing.
Okay. Yeah. Please tell
I
us.
feel like they could improve on. I don't know if I could say
Mm-hmm.
this. Should I?
Yeah. Please do. I mean, we can. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear any constructive criticism. Yeah.
Okay, so I was telling him that I love fundedness. It's the best prop firm because once you in your first phase and you pass, you get paid while passing phases. That's the one thing I
Yeah.
love about it, right?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that its spreads are proper. Everything is on point. One thing which I feel like it's a little bit of not like like the difference between FundedNext and FTMO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that FTMO is that once you fail an account, you go back to your previous phase.
Yeah.
Unlike FundedNext where you lose your whole account, but it's not a big deal.
I
Those
see.
that
Yeah.
was just yeah
Mm-hmm.
my intake
Okay.
on that.
Well,
Yeah.
interesting. All right. Well, I'm sure they'll be open to that suggestion. So maybe, yeah. I mean, they're always looking to make the offerings as competitive as possible. So let's see what they can do. Apart from
Mhm.
that, you're happy with everything. Have you received a payout from us yet, or are you still in that?
No, I have actually received multiple payouts. Yeah.
Yeah. You're happy with the speed of the payout?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Cool. Right. All right. What would you say to traders out there who are thinking about going with FundedNext and have struggled in the past with prop companies? What would you suggest that they try and do? Any suggestions with
Um,
regards to trading styles or things like that?
I feel like a lot of people could just keep trading very simple. It's as simple as it
Yeah,
could get. Like the more you try to complicate it, the more you're gonna lose a lot of accounts.
yeah, yeah,
Simpler it is, the better.
yeah.
Like it's a saying which they always say, less is more.
Indeed.
That's the
Yeah,
thing about trading. If you keep it
yeah,
as simple as it is, the
yeah,
more you'll get your returns on it.
yeah. It is very easy to overcomplicate these things. We think these things are possibly we just overcomplicate it because we think it is a complicated thing to do, but indeed
Hmm.
it can be made quite simple if you just step back for a second and think about it. Well, David, thanks for input, thanks for your time. Good luck with the evaluation account, and
Yes.
yeah, speak to you again.
I hope I see you soon next time, sir, because this time the big payout that I'm gonna get, you won't believe it.
Ah, looking forward to seeing that. Looking forward. Good luck. All right. See you, David.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.